Hello, this is Steve, Dichroic Glassman. This video is about the idea that I'm going to ship these 4 stained glass windows to the East Coast, and I live on the West Coast. So in order to do that, I'm going to have to build a very complicated crate. Complicated in that it's just not I'm not going to build just a crate and, by the way, hope that my windows fit. No, I'm going to build this thing to the size of these panels in general within 1/4 of an inch. You pick the tallest panel and then you work from there. So I had my particle board cut. These panels are 16 inches wide by roughly 61, 62 inches tall, and there's 4 of them. So I had my particle board cut. It's easier to have it done at the lumber yard. And I'm going to use 5/8 inch particle board, and then I'm going to make my own bottom. This 2x4 frame is what I've been taking my videos in, so I can take pictures and photographs and videos of these panels as they're getting done. Works for me. In fact, you absolutely want to do it if you're going to ship windows for insurance purposes, so that you can prove that the window left there in perfect condition. I took close-up photographs. Check out my previous videos and you'll see. Then another thing you want to do is you want to get some foam rubber, whether it be carpet padding like this stuff. In fact, the old foam rubber stuff, the 1-inch stuff, is becoming very hard to get, and it's really expensive. It's $6 a foot at an Army surplus. I thought that was insane. $6 a foot? My God, that's the price of carpet yesteryear. So, no, I can get a whole bunch of these carpet scraps free from a carpet place. They let me have them. Cut-offs and remnants, so that's what you want to do, and you want to cut them to the size of your panels. Another thing you can get at the lumber yard is what they call blue board. In blue board comes blue, and it's basically styrofoam with a blue covering. Here in California, apparently, Weyerhaeuser, let's see, is that the name? Stopped selling it. So they're not selling blue board anymore. In fact, I had to buy this stuff. It's silver, and it's called Thermosheath, and it's to insulate homes with. They'll nail this to the outside of a home. It's fairly spongy, not real. So I'm going to use it on the bottom of the crate and on the ends and the walls. And I'm only going to put the flat side of my stained glass up to this. You're going to see it in the crate. But anyway, I got to work with the materials that are available to me, because the materials are different where we live. Blue board, I was easy to get in North Carolina, but they no longer sell it in California. Who knows? Who would have thunk it? So I don't want to put my raised textures like these jewels and depend on a thing like this that's not very spongy, not very giving. So I will put the back side, the flat side, against this. That's fine inside my crate. But from this texture to the next panel with textures, I will rely on my carpet padding so that it can absorb those textures, those raised jewels in the glass. I want to guarantee myself no breakage. So it's very critical that you build a crate very solid, and then you drop it off to your motor freight. The cheapest way you're going to ship, if you're going to ship a door, I've shipped many doors all across America in large panels, and you want to do it dock to dock. You want to check out your motor freight like ABF or CNF Freightways or Truck Lines or Roadway, and you want to find their dock and go to the dock and drop off your crate and insist that it goes to the same dock idea in the town where you're sending your glass to. It's very critical. A lot of these motor freight companies, if they drive it to residential, will charge you $250 liftgate fee and a $100 or $200 residential driving fee. And they're justified doing it. So what they got to do is they got to send a little carrier from the dock in a minivan to your home, small white vans or something. So they're going to get a lot of money, upwards of $400 more if you do not go dock to dock. So whenever you want to check with a motor freight, you want to pick the service called dock to dock. and then let your client go down to the dock in your local area, drive to it. Hopefully it's close, 30, 40 miles, or within that range. It'd be nice if it's in the same town, and then all will be well, and they can pick up their panel that way, and everybody gets to save money, from the shipper to the receiver. Initially, when I checked out, it was over $1,000 to ship these 4 panels to North Carolina. That's insane. So I've got to drive to Sacramento and drive to the dock, and then it went down to under $300. So you can see there's a huge difference. You definitely want to drop off your panels, your crate, to the motor freight dock. More than likely you're going to have a friend help you if it weighs anything. This crate should probably weigh upwards of 150 pounds by the time I'm done with the wood. The insulation, the carpet padding, and this stuff is really lightweight, so that's not going to add. The 4 panels are not real heavy. It's going to be in the particle board, the walls and the floor, and then I'll put a stand on it with 2x4s, and I'll show you part of the process, what it's going to take. And it's just something that you're going to want to do if you're going to want to advertise that you will ship anywhere in America. You got to know how you're going to do this, and there's some things you need to think about. Besides that, you got to call up your, for instance, ABF. You're going to want to call up the truck lines and get the classification and the subcategory numbers. There's special numbers that they go by, so that they can give you the appropriate shipping cost. It's very important. In fact, more than likely, they won't ship your windows without that classification, because they're not going to cover your claim should you have a claim. So there's a category, there's a subcategory, and then there's a classification. So you want to be very specific and let them know it's stained and leaded, and then they drop into the appropriate category and such and such. And just thought I would share that with you, because it's really critical. You don't want to ship big windows that you've spent a lot of time on and have don't have your ducks in a row, as they would say. From packaging to the right classification to the right procedure, it could add up to be a lot of money if you don't do it right. And I'm not saying this is the only way. This has worked very well for me. I've only broke 1 piece of glass on 1 window in over 10 years. So I'm very detail-minded when it comes to building my crate. Well, I am with my glass as well. I love my glass, and I like to take care of it. And I want to make sure that my client, my customer, gets it in just as good a shape as when I shipped it and sent it. So that's what it's all about. Thanks for watching the video, and I'm going to be determining my length and width and everything right now. So I'll be talking about that as I build the crates. The crate, I should say. All the pieces. This is the plural. 1 crate, many pieces. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.